When we hear the word exotic, a lot of us think of beautiful, unimaginable, crazy things, much like the stuff Hollywood conjures up on a daily basis. Exotic as a game, however, delivers a weird, fun experience that definitely jives with the word's official definition. With its vibrant, colorful levels and fast-paced arcade style, the game is very unique and even strange by today's standards. Xotic's objective is simple, and the entire game can be explained in a very small nutshell. You run around colorful maps, shooting and collecting strange items and enemies in order to string together combos. The bigger the combo, the more points you earn, and the more combos you get, the higher your point total will be. And that's pretty much it. There is somewhat of a lackluster story tacked on to the beginning of the campaign, which serves to illustrate who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, but after that you jump into the first level and try to get the highest score you can. You then repeat that same process in every level after that. To help make things interesting, the game includes online leaderboards. These leaderboards are run through Steam, and they help to make things competitive and addicting. Without the leaderboards, Xotic would be a short, hollow experience. But I have to admit, during my first playthrough, I spent the majority of my time worrying about the leaderboards and where I would place on them, and that competitive spirit drove me to try and earn the highest score possible. As mentioned before, the only objective in Xotic is to amass as many points as possible. There are a number of ways to do this, though they are all similar in that you just have to shoot or collect things. You can shoot little red things called scabs on the ground, which string together easily to form combos. You can shoot the many enemies that inhabit each level. There are floating items called orb essences, which you can collect, and you can also shoot each level's limited number of secrets, which take on the form of strange colorful spheres and other shapes. Items called batteries litter the map, and you also collect these. The batteries add to the total number of holograms you can have active at once. Holograms serve two purposes. When you're standing on the ground, they generate a shield in front of you, and when you're airborne, they generate a platform under you. This mechanic helps you defend yourself from enemies and travel to high places in levels, which you will often have to do if you want to generate the highest score possible. Almost every level of the game is constructed exactly the same way. You spawn and then set off trying to shoot and collect all the point-generating objects the level contains. Each world has one or two levels that are timed and feature no enemies, but they feature the same objectives. In all the regular levels, you can defeat every enemy in the map to open a portal. You go through that portal to end the level and advance. Staying around to complete more objectives will earn you a higher score, however, and doing it in a timely manner will add to your total as well. Since the game is so repetitive and only offers one mode of play, the leaderboards are definitely a necessary feature. The process of collecting as many points as possible would quickly become boring and even tedious if you couldn't compare your score with others. It is easy to see that for some players, even with the leaderboards, Xotic will leave something to be desired. What helps Xotic offset this obvious disadvantage is its asking price. It's hard to feel like you're getting ripped off by a game that only costs $10. Xotic's gameplay is simple, but it's enjoyable. The game also boasts a very interesting visual style. The graphics are nowhere near what recent games have been pulling off, but the art direction makes up for what the technical side is lacking. Imagine Tim Burton's acid trip-induced remake of the Zen levels from the original Half-Life, and you've kinda got the idea. It's colorful, weird, and initially very fun to look at. The only notable problem with Xotic's levels is that they are kinda hard to notice. Your primary focus throughout the game will be shooting and collecting the same colorful, glowing objects as fast as you can, and this can make all the levels start to look the same very quickly. If the levels were a bit more pronounced and your objectives a bit more subdued, this problem might have been averted. Actually take the time to look at the levels, and you'll notice that they vary quite a bit and are undeniably interesting. Xotic isn't chock full of content that will keep you entertained for months. And no, it doesn't have blockbuster graphics. The game only sets out to do one thing, but it does that thing very well. Xotic is polished, it has no notable bugs or glitches, it will perform well on a wide variety of hardware, and the only complaint I could possibly raise against the mechanics is that airborne movement takes some getting used to, as it is a bit stiff. So yeah, Xotic should be considered a very good game. It can be very fun and very addicting. It might not be a whole lot, but for its price, you really can't beat it. While Xotic is currently only available for the PC, and you can only get it through Steam, it would be great to see the developer take it to mobile platforms. Casual gamers who spend a lot of time in high-score-driven games on their phones and other devices make up the perfect audience for this game. And with the new hardware phones and tablets are sporting, bringing the game to the mobile market is a more feasible proposition every day. Thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe.